premio alla carriera che gli verrà consegnato stasera.
I'm doing this series called Wednesday. It's sort of based on the Addams Family, but it focuses on the character of Wednesday, which I really love that character. So it's a character that kind of reminded me a little bit of like Lydia in Beetlejuice, but it's more deeper and much more expansive. So I got very excited about that, and yeah, I've been in Romania shooting that for the last few months. Oh, well, in terms of inclusiveness and all of that sort of thing, I mean, I always felt like an outsider, and so for me, those are normal characters. Those are characters, and you know, I mean, you still feel like, you know, it is better that there's people are being included. You know, I mean, but I always felt the same way. So I always felt, you know, I never felt like. You know, I always understood the outsider, whatever race you are, whatever culture you come from, what man, woman, child, whatever, it doesn't matter. I think anytime you ever felt that, is you know, it's just part of my life. So and it's something that I never really thought too much about.
La paura è sicuramente uno dei personaggi dei suoi film, in tutti i suoi film, e ha reso in tutti questi film la paura più accettabile. Volevo chiederle di cosa ha paura Tim Burton. Grazie.
Well, you wouldn't believe how afraid I am right at this very moment. Seriously, I mean, yeah, I didn't even sleep last night because just thinking about it. Even though these are it's very, you know, you're all great and amazing, it's just still scary. I don't get used to this at all.
Il tuo lavoro. Che consiglio o monito vorresti dare agli aspiranti sceneggiatori, registi, storyteller che magari devono affrontare la paura di non farcela o il giudizio altrui di essere diversi, non concreti e sognatori? Grazie.
Yeah. Well, it's a good point because I mean, when the previous question, what am I afraid of? That was one thing I was never afraid of what I wanted to do, you know, and I think to do any kind of artistic thing, you can't be afraid. You have to kind of just be passionate about it and feel, you know, a love for it and a passion, and you can't be afraid. You know, you can't be afraid to fail or any of that sort of thing. You just need this sort of pure drive and passion to do a project, whatever it is, writing, directing, acting, whatever, just feel passionate about it. In terms of a lifetime achievement, I mean, you know, I feel like I'm kind of at my own funeral somehow, you know what I mean? It feels like I'm dead and getting some award. But no, but it's very special to me because it's a city I love, and you know, I've grown up with watching certain Italian filmmakers like Mario Bava and Fellini and Dario Argento and things. So I have a real special love of this place and the artistry, and you know, worked with great artists like Dante Ferretti and lots of people that are really special to me. So it's great. Well, I think my favorite one is maybe Vincent because it's only 5 minutes long, so I have a short attention span, so it's probably my favorite.
Nel frattempo volevo chiedergli una cosa, se c'è qual è la cosa più sbagliata che si dice di lei?
Well, I always used to be accused of being like a dark person, which I'm not, you know. I think that was the biggest thing that always kind of stayed with me, that I had some kind of dark personality, but you know, and so it's that kind of thing. It's like when you grow up and you're sort of labeled as something. I think that's why I don't really like labeling people or looking at people in certain categories and stuff, because it's like I didn't like that feeling of being labeled as something, and always sort of fought against it. And I think that's something that sort of remained with me for my whole life.
Se ritornerà a fare il cinema in stop motion, che è la tecnica che proprio Tim Burton, e se ha qualche progetto in mente. Grazie.
Yeah, I mean, I always have something in mind, and you know, it's such a special medium to me. So yes, I plan on doing it. I don't have anything specifically at the moment because it takes a special kind of artist to kind of do that kind of animation, and you know, each time I've done it, kind of pulled together a new team of people to do it, and because it's such a specialized and beautiful art form, so I will definitely always, as a place in my heart, it will definitely do some more stop motion, yes. I always feel like whatever, it's just important for anybody in any form to just be as creative, whether you draw or, you know, write or just anything, you know, anything that you can do. I think it just helps the human spirit to just do something that's creative for yourself, you know, definitely. I've been very lucky to work with people that, you know, I always try to gauge whether people are willing to kind of go for something, you know, I mean, like, and you never really know, but I mean, I just think that I just recall like somebody like Michelle Pfeiffer on playing Catwoman, you know, she did weird, you know, she let cats crawl over and bite her, she put a live bird in her mouth, you know, let it fly out, you know, she did all these kind of, learned how to use a whip and dance on rooftops and things. So, you know, people, I've worked with people that really like, you know, like to go for it, and that inspires me. So, you know, you try to suss that out when you meet actors, if they're, you know, if they have that kind of spirit of just going for it and trying different things. And so, you know, as best as you can, you know. And I also like to work with actors that don't like actually watching themselves, you know, the ones that just like doing it, and there's a bit of a freedom to that you know, oh, let me go turn the monitor on and look at what I just did. They just like the process of it. So I always try to identify those kind of actors before working with them. And so, you know, I spend a lot of time with, you know, staring out the window and looking at trees or sky or whatever, and that always just inspires me. So I always like to, you know, always important to always look at things and try to see something slightly different in it, and so it's just the way, you know, it started and it stays. And it's true. It's like all of your films are like your children. You know, some of them may not be, you know. So I don't know. I don't regret anything. I think regret is something that doesn't. It's not a thing that I really like. I think, have I made mistakes? Have I done things? But yeah, maybe. But each one I sort of felt there was a reason why I did it, and it turned out well or not. It didn't. You know, it's still. So no, I don't really regret doing anything, to be honest. It's something that's just a part of you, and you know, I have always both good and bad memories with any project. You know, there's a mixed bag of emotions when you make something. You know, you go through a lot of feelings, and so no, I would say, you know, there might be things that I wouldn't want to do again, kind of thing, or you kind of learn your lesson over many years, maybe, but no regrets.